Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to our first streamed match of the North American Mania Tournament round of 32. Cruising starting off this weekend with a pretty strong match actually. We got Halogen seed 7 versus Maxtulini. Winners bracket match, so loser will not be going home. Since we finally have those losers bracket matches coming in. This is our first match of this weekend. But I'm actually our second because of How Otherwise versus Accelerix got a win by default. I'm 1Y593. Joining me in the booth today is Sunapple. How you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm super excited to see our first match actually of this week, as you did say, Hall of the Wise versus Accelerix. I hope I said that right. I think I did. Did end in a forfeit. Hall of the Wise will be moving on. That was losers bracket, so Accelerix is going to be out of the tournament for now. However, moving on to this match, it is, as you did say, a winners bracket match, so not as much on the line, though. You definitely do want to prefer to stay in that winners bracket since you want to play as little matches as possible, since starting next week I think you got to play 2 matches if you win in the losers bracket. But here we will be seeing Halogen, who I think pretty easily beat their opponent last week against Maxtulini, who actually went to tiebreaker against, I don't remember exactly who, but it was a really intense match and I recommend watching it if you haven't already. But going into protection roles, I believe I saw Maxtulini win the role, and Halogen is going to be protecting first as a result.
Yeah, and we also have a potential match in about 48 minutes, so we have a bit of a block to go through.
Yeah, we do. I think we have a bit of a small 3-hour block here. We're gonna move over to that match as soon as this one's done, I believe. If we get there in time, we hopefully will be able to get a break. But looks like Halogen's actually going to be protecting the rice map, Wakusei Rabbit. I'm kind of surprised about that because I know Halogen is really good LN players, so I'd expect them to protect LN, but we actually see Maxtulini being the one protecting LN. So, bit of a flip-flop from what I thought was going to happen, which is interesting to see.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if we and we're gonna see Math Club getting banned from Hates Math. I would assume probably because of its length. It's a really long chart. Wouldn't be surprised if we see something like All In maybe get the ban here. Those tricky jacks at around the halfway point can definitely throw off a good run.
Yeah, Math Club is
and especially.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, and especially with Halogen not finding much comfort in the long note side of things, would not be surprised if they keep the long notes in but ban a hybrid like All In, for example. That jack section near the halfway mark is definitely something to be cautious about.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like if you're Halogen, you're pretty comfortable on anything that's a lot easier, especially how well you did last week. So you may want to go for something that you have a chance of maybe taking a break on, which, yeah, they actually banned Mei-Chen Yori, which is understandable. It's a very complex map, actually, with a bunch of just really weird releases, as well as just density sections. So maybe you just want to go for a bit more straightforward maps, go for your bread and butter and stuff. And actually, I really like Maxtulini's ban of Immortal Math class, just because I think Halogen's really good at consistency, and that map is it's like consistency heaven, I guess. Basically everything is around the same difficulty until you get to the end where it's a bit of a step up, but like I think Halogen will most likely be really good on that map. So I'm really happy that Maxtulini was actually able to get that ban. But now going on to picks, it is Maxtulini's pick.
Yeah, probably gonna go for an early pick on some of the rice picks, maybe like Ascension to Heaven or Guitars Still Suck.
Could be true though. That protect on the LN kind of makes me want to skew towards the lower map. Well, maybe obviously going for your protect first can always be an option, or LN1 is still open. As well, if you maybe want to see a bit more on like both the rice and LN side, Hybrid 2 is always an option. You have a bit more LN bias, though you definitely do see at least some of that option in the rice. And then, yes, we will be seeing Maxtulini picking the LN1 here.
We're gonna see Never Dreaming Night Girl.
Yep. Our LN1, I believe this is... I think this is coordination. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this map pool, if I'm gonna be honest. But I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Hopefully we can see an upset.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting. Rules still apply from round of 64. First to 4, we'll move on to round of 16.
Yeah, so especially breakpoints on any one of these maps, I feel it's like kind of devastating since you need to get a breakpoint as soon as possible right back, or else it's really easy for an opponent to snowball like really quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we go, going on to LN1. I feel like misses may come out from Maxtulini, and that can cause quite a bit of trouble, though. I think they played the LNs last week quite well, so there's a chance that Halogen actually may be the one that isn't doing too hot on these, but though, right now, Halogen and Maxtulini are actually doing both really well, and as I say that, Halogen is the first to break.
Yeah, if there's been a pattern with Halogen, it's not finding comfort in any form of long note. Maybe it could just be nerves, or just probably something, maybe just a mind block or a stupid miss. But nonetheless, controlling accuracy quite well actually.
Yeah.
Not too far behind from Maxtulini, as that lead is in Max's range, but Halogen is still at any range to strike at any point in time, as we're only halfway through the chart.
Yeah, Halogen has been able to recover quite well. I think they were around a 90, high 98, but now they're right back up to the 99.16. Misses really from Maxtulini can cause a blunder, and in this inverse section it is very easy to accidentally release early, but we see neither of them really missing it. After this section is really where the map picks up, and really, as you did say, a miss can definitely like swing this. So I'm really hoping that Maxtulini is able to keep their FC and just continue to take this early point.
And Maxtulini holding on to that combo quite well, as we're only a quarter left, but Halogen slowly creeping behind, almost matching up with the accuracy. Surely, if a couple 200s get dropped here, that could be crucial for Maxtulini, especially with Halogen almost up to that 99.3 section, as 200s are slowly being dropped, which is Maxtulini with that taking advantage of that miss from Halogen. Oh, Maxtulini drops! That's gonna go over to Halogen, and Halogen's gonna take an early breakpoint.
Oh, that ending density was just a bit too much for Maxtulini. That was so close. Those 200s just really came, like, they just kept on coming in for Maxtulini, and Halogen was every so often getting 1 or 2, but it just wasn't enough. Or it was just too little for Maxtulini to come back, and then also just possibly a misread on that ending definitely screwed him up quite a bit. But now, first break point. It is now Halogen's pick, though. I would assume he goes somewhere in the Rice category, maybe Rice 1 or 2. And actually we do see our tech map, Rice 6 Vortex.
Yeah, Vortex is gonna come out here.
And yeah, this pick definitely does make sense, maybe targeting a bit more to Maxtulini's physical side, since we did see a bit of a struggle on that ending for Maxtulini. So maybe Mystery could be just they can't play that pattern well, which both of them do make understandable. It's definitely very difficult. I feel these map pools have actually been quite a bit more difficult than the map pools from NAMT 2021. So it is interesting to see how well these players are actually playing on it, this difficulty of a pool. But with that being said, we're going to be getting into Vortex here.
Go into Vortex.
Yeah, this could be another duel of accuracy versus combo like we saw in the last map, as long as Maxtulini is able to hold their combo. We did see Halogen making a break early on, which could definitely be possible here once again, though Halogen is very, very comfortable on this, and as I'm saying this, Maxtulini does take the first drop, and their accuracy isn't looking too hot, especially compared to Halogen with the 99.91. And yeah, I guess this is the FFR practice that they have been putting in over these years. It's really paying off.
Yeah, Halogen's still up to that 99.9 range as we are only a third into the chart, which is still very impressive. This map is just over 2 minutes long, so quite impressive.
Yeah, I think Halogen right now is on pace for like a 996, 997. It's a really, really good score. Maxtulini also doing quite well, though that miss earlier wasn't too great for them. It's really, really hard to compete against someone as good as Halogen on these kind of rice maps, and that is really why he's such high seeded at seed 7. And we have about a fourth of the map left. It is still possible for Halogen to lose, I believe. I think if a few misses come out in multiple locations, then it could be the case, though it's going to be really, really hard for Maxtulini to come back.
Yeah. As the technicality really comes in here, Halogen still on that 99.9, but more of these bursts start coming in as it's more or less, what is Halogen gonna get? A 998, 997? 996. You were on the dot about the 996.
Yeah, that's a really, really good score from Halogen. It's really hard to compete. I can only think of a handful of players that are going to be able to actually match that score, so I would not discredit Maxtulini. And 970 is also really, really good, actually. Because this map it's just really, really easy to break on, and Maxtulini actually only broke on that intro, so understandable. But now Halogen up 2-0. It is Maxtulini's pick. I feel like you're okay with that, losing that, since that was Halogen's first pick. So
yeah,
you should be fine if you're Maxtulini. You could definitely go for your protect if you feel the need to do so right now. Maybe just going for something that you want to feel comfortable on, just in case a breakpoint does come in once again. And we do see that Shirogane is going to be coming out. I think this is one of the longer maps in this pool, so hold on tight. This is, I think, not wildcardish. This is like very, very techie LN, from what I remember. A lot of reverse shields, a lot of places to take misses on for both of these players, and we did see Halogen taking misses on the first LN, which is, I would say, a bit less technical than this one, so we can definitely see more misses coming out from either of these players here. I think this is going to be a really, really close map.
Yeah, you said it best. Especially with especially with the length being almost 3.5 minutes long.
Yeah, I say this over and over again. I feel the length of the map really just like makes it so that you can take 1 or 2 misses and you should be okay. It's just because the note count in the map is normally made up for it in generally longer maps. So I think misses will be very common here, but they won't have as much of an impact as they did on LN1. And we do see an early start from Maxtulini, Halogen taking a few extra 200s, but it's at this early section. They both are like going to eventually even out, and yeah, we're already at that point now. Acts are basically even. I think as this map gets more release-based, Maxtulini gets a bit more of an advantage, since we did see them doing really, really well in the early section of LN1, whereas Halogen was struggling a bit more than them, and actually Maxtulini will be the one to take the first miss compared to Halogen on LN1, and it was most likely just accidentally releasing too early, which is very, very common. And though Halogen has also been seeming to struggle a bit more releasing early as well on their UR.
Yeah, Halogen really putting a statement for that accuracy.
Yeah, even with that miss though, Maxtulini has been able to really regain their accuracy really, really well at this 99.2, coming basically just arriving right up to Halogen's doorstep right now. We're halfway through the map, so we're really seeing now how like little that miss really meant. There's still definitely a combo advantage for Halogen, but it isn't as important as long as Maxtulini is able to continue to gain their accuracy. And here we see a little bit of a right section, nobody really going ahead on anything. Halogen just continuing to hold this really, really good accuracy at 99.5. You see,
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah, Halogen holding on to that C still, but 99.5, still beating Maxtulini in accuracy.
Yep, and a third left in the map. It's really looking like Halogen is going to just start running away with the lead a bit more. Maxtulini's accuracy has dropped since the start of the map, and hopefully it can recover a bit more, but Halogen really just standing above standing above a bunch of players here. Just really the pinnacle of consistency, being able to hold this FC is really, really impressive.
Yeah, Halogen really actually showing their strength when it comes to long notes, especially with during the qualifiers, actually, with stage 5, I think being the more hybrid for fast long note based chart, beating people like Zno and Legs Rigs as well. So
yep, and we are coming up to the ending of this map, and it looks like Halogen will be able to take that and the second breakpoint, giving us match point here. And this is really, really dire for Maxtulini. It is match point on Halogen's pick, so they can really just go for this Wakuse Lollipop, or not Wakuse Lollipop, Wakuse Rabbit, their protect, and it'll be pretty comfortable for Halogen. No nerves yet, but Maxtulini really on the back burner here, going to need to take this next pick if they want to continue in the winner's bracket.
yeah, Halogen one step closer to heading to the round of 16 winners, and they could immediately pull out their protect here.
Yeah, though, I mean, I feel like the other two maps, Rice 1 and 2, are also not too bad of picks, but if you're protecting Wakuse Rabbit, unless you're trying to be a bit cheeky, protecting a map you really just don't want to play.
I would say,
but I don't think that's the case for Halogen right now.
Oh, they're gonna go for Ascension to Heaven? I thought, like, Guitar Still Suck would be a good pick.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Maybe they just felt that Ascension to Heaven, I guess maybe a bit more straightforward patterns in Ascension to Heaven was a bit more comfortable for Halogen, just kind of guaranteeing that win, hoping that like no breaks come through for him. And we did see really good attack on Vortex for Halogen, so definitely understandable why they would want to go for a bit more straightforward of the map.
Yeah, as I don't know where our referee went. Oh wait, no, that was that might have been streaming client messing up.
Is it? Oh yes, I think it is actually.
Bancho might have ate the MP map command.
Yeah, possibly. Well, we're most likely going to have to.
Uh-oh. That's very clever of whoever did the graphics for NAMT. As I believe we're getting back into it here.
This is Nell for now.
A little bit of technical issues.
Yeah, I mean it's the first stream for a reason, I guess. So definitely understandable.
Yeah, just keep the MP link in mind. I believe the map should be almost over actually. Oh yeah, Halogen also has their POV stream up as well. Yeah. I can just commentate on Halogen's side. Right now, Halogen's holding a 99.92. That's pretty nuts. As there's only a quarter left of the chart.
Map, it's not really loading on the streamer side, sadly. But if Halogen has a 99.92, it's definitely very, very dire for Maxtulini here.
Yeah.
Actually, we see a Halogen chart right here in the song select.
Shout out Halogen.
And yeah, it looks like Halogen is going to be the winner of this map.
997.6.
That is crazy. That's like, there are not many players beating that score. I feel it's that, and then the Rice 6 score on Vortex. Those are both really, really good scores. Though I bet Maxtulini probably also did pretty well. Not trying to discredit any players here. But with that being said, congrats to Halogen for winning.
Yeah, congrats to Halogen for winning. Moving on to the round of 16, having a chance to either verse Walmart 5193 or Sky. You have to wait for that match until tomorrow at, I believe, 17 UTC. But for now, we have a little bit of a block coming ahead. We have Short Kid versus Ice Tiger happening in about almost half an hour. Then a triple header. Envy versus Shadow GM, Cow versus Beta Carotene, and Ketsu versus Epsilon. Yeah, we actually have a major block.
You definitely won't want to miss any of these matches. Molten Lead versus Murphy Bunny was rescheduled, so right now the schedule is a bit wrong, but we'll get that fixed up as soon as possible. But I think that's it. Hopefully y'all will stay here for 30 minutes waiting for Short Kid versus Ice Tiger.
Yeah. So long, everybody.
Goodbye.